Hey, what is up everybody? It's Connor here from Geek on Your Face, and welcome to the third installment of the Sacred Beast deck builds. So today we're going to be going over Raviel. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. Once again, I really just don't even care. His name's Raviel for me. So there we go. We already drew him in our first hand, and basically we already have the combo to get him out in our first turn. The combo for this deck is mainly going to be Kuriboh plus Multiply, and if you don't have Kuriboh in your hand, you also have the Flute of Summoning Kuriboh, which is basically, you can think of it as Kuriboh in your hand. It basically just helps you special summon Kuriboh. So Raviel's summoning conditions are a little bit harder than the other two, but not by much. You need to sacrifice 3 fiend type monsters, but they are not limited to being monsters, they can be tokens, so that's why this deck is going to be like a token kind of deck. So we're going to use the Flute of Summoning Kuriboh here, and we're going to get a Kuriboh out on our side of the field. We're going to use Multiply, and then we're going to just fill up our side of the field with Kuriboh tokens, which count as fiend type monsters. And then we're going to be able to special summon Raviel like that. We're also going to get another monster out just for the heck of it. And you see he already has a pretty formidable monster on his side of the field. So this just goes to show the power that this deck has. It's actually pretty. It's a pretty decent deck. It's fairly consistent. The tokens are, they're abundant in the deck, so you're usually going to find yourself being able to summon Raviel unless you use your tokens unwisely. This deck also can stand on its own sometimes. It does have cards like Gores and Caius the Shadow Monarch and Tragodia and stuff like that. Those cards can help the deck stand by itself, but really the main focus of the deck is Raviel once again. He is, in my opinion, the weakest out of the 3, just for the fact that he is the hardest to summon out of them, even though he's still very easy to summon. And the ceiling that you can get his damage also isn't as high because you have to give up one of your cards to get it. So in my opinion, he's just not as good as the other 2. His effect, if you guys didn't know, whenever a monster is normal summoned to your opponent's side of the field, you can summon 1 phantasmal token, and then that has 1000 attack, 1000 defense, and his other effect allows you to tribute 1 monster, as I'm doing right here, and then you get the original attack of that monster until the end phase of the turn. Now, it would be pretty good if you kept the original attack, but because you just get it for this turn, stuff like this happens where it's completely wasted and now you just down a monster. So it's an okay effect, but at the cost of having to get rid of one of your monsters, it's not as useful as Uria's or Hammond's effects can be. Now he's gonna use Righteous. It's so stupid. I hate that card so much. It's pretty dumb. But we're just gonna call the Haunter for the heck of it, even though it's gonna get destroyed. He's not gonna last much longer, as you guys can see here. He's gonna go ahead and he's gonna get rid of my Stygian Street Patrol. But that's not the biggest deal. Actually, if I drew into Tragodia or something like that, it would have actually been helpful. But we're just going to take him out with Raviel's base 4000 attack, which is pretty beastly. It's nothing to be argued with that he is a decent card, but I wouldn't run him unless you're running an Armor Tile deck where you needed to have him in there. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, he is just not as good as the other cards. But he did manage to get the win pretty quick here. We're going to go into the recipe portion of the video right about now. Alright, Caius the Shadow Monarch. When this card is tribute, summon target 1 card in the field, banish that target, and if you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent if it was dark. He's a great card to just keep the deck standing by itself. Dark Ruler Hades, I have no idea if I said that right either. Basically, he's an effect negator, which is useful in this kind of a deck where you need to keep your cards safe. Gore's Emissary of Darkness, once again, he's there to help you stand on your own if you can't get Raviel, or if it got destroyed. Kuriboh's the main guy in this deck. He is going to be your combo maker, he's going to be your playmaker, he's important to have in this deck. Phantom Skyblaster is also very useful, he's like the second in command of playmakers. He allows you to get a lot of tokens out on the field, very useful. Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, obviously we went over his effect. We went over how you can use him, all that kind of stuff, possible combos. The only thing is you have to be careful when you use his tributing effect so that you don't just beat down a monster. That's important to note. Stygian Street Patrol. This allows you to get a special summon out on the field very easily, which is always good to keep your fiend type monsters up on the field. Tour Guide from the Underworld. Speak of the Devil, here we go. This is very good. Anything that lets you special summon fiend type monsters is very good in this deck, such as Tragodia, which is once again allows you to special summon it from your hand whenever you take damage. Book of Moon is good defense if you need to quickly shut down a monster. Dark Hole, pretty self-explanatory here, not much to be said. Fires of Doomsday, this is basically here so that it goes with Token Sunday. This deck, you need to have a lot of removal in it, so anything that you can do to help that out is good. Multiply obviously comes with Karibo. Mystical Space Typhoon, very self-explanatory. Swords of Being Light, help keep you safe while you're searching for Raviel or setting up combos to get him out on the field. Flute of Summoning Karibo, just in case you don't get Karibo in your hand, you need this bad boy in here. Token Sunday is coming up next. This allows you to destroy all tokens you control, then destroy cards in the field up to the amount of tokens that you destroyed. Very useful. Bottomless Trap Hole, pretty self-explanatory. Called the Haunted, the same as Bottomless Trap Hole, just self-explanatory. Safe Zone allows you to keep monsters safe, but it is weak to Mystical Space Typhoon, so you gotta be careful when you use it. That is going to be it for this deck video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. We're going to be going on to Armor Tile next, and then we'll be done with this and on to new things. Keep an eye out for the next video I post today. It's going to be a 1,000 subscriber update video. Thank you, guys. Goodbye!